everyone. Welcome to day two of U.S. Quadball Cup here in Richmond, Virginia. I'm Matt Dwyer here with.
Hey, I'm Craig Garrison. Hello, Quadball Nation. I'm so excited to be here with Matt Dwyer.
Really excited for this matchup right now. Illini against Mizzou, two Midwestern powerhouses that have had some really good seasons the past few years, been looking good this year as well. I'm really excited to see where this one takes us.
I am too. We looking at Mizzou's season coming in, 6 wins, 7 losses, a little bit of a shaky midseason, but they've really gone on a run here at Nationals. I was talking to Vincent Reyes, he's the coach there at Mizzou, and his real big point was that they have a lot of young talent. This is freshman and sophomore that were stepping up towards the end of the season. They play all of their young players in all of their lines, so depth all the way throughout, and they're not just relying on their stars.
That's really good to hear. I love to hear that a program is like bringing up their younger players, making sure they're getting lots of play time, really strengthening themselves for years to come. But B, and it's so cool to hear that you have so many young players that are allowing you to take your team this far in nationals, and hopefully they can deliver here.
Yes, and then on Illini side, I talked to Ojas Turikar. It's one of their players injured currently. Says that they do a lot of scouting. So I asked him about Mizzou, and the players to look on Illini side, on Mizzou side, is 36 Jackson Herdade, number 2 Lauren Smite, and then he said there's this new player that came up this tournament, which is Greg Gomez. Really got to watch out for that player as well. Uh, and last thing that Ojas said is that they trust their 19th player just as much as their third player to make buckets. So both teams relying heavily on their young talent.
Absolutely, and I know it's a very tight-knit community in the Chicago quadball scene. So Eli and I have definitely had a lot of experience with a lot of more experienced players in the club scene and Boom Train and Chicago United and other college teams around the area. So they've had ample opportunity to give all their players a lot of practice.
It's so good to have elders in the community that can bring up young players and give them some coaching. And as you said, they get a lot of play time maybe over the summer in that MLQ league that we've heard about.
Absolutely. Both of these teams have contributed to Chicago Prowl, Kansas City Stampede, others in the MLQ sphere. A lot of players have gotten. I know I recognize multiple of these names from calling some Chicago games this summer.
Yeah, and we're about to do brooms up here. Both teams very excited to potentially make it to the next step in bracket play. You make the big trips from the Midwest out here to the East Coast. Here we're going to make it all the way to the finals. So we have a good game coming up.
Yep. And looking at performance in the past, the line I believe this is the first time they're making it to the bracket, which is really exciting. Whereas Mizzou was out in the semifinals last year, so they definitely have something to play to try and live up to from years previous.
Yeah, very different histories there. Mizzou is, an annual kind of threat. It's been for 10 years now. A really great program. Always rebuilds. And then having this fresh newcomer. It's real exciting.
Head ref Ethan Sturm kicking it off as a quick move here by Mizzou to grab the ball and just drive in. Now they're going to set it up. Ball in the hands of Lauren Smith. I know we're going to be calling her name a lot. She's been huge for this team over the past few years. At the top of the key. Mizzou with beater control as well. Giving it off to the far side. A little bit of a miss bobble. They're going to reset their offense on the far side. That's number 36. That's Herdade. Herdade driving right side. And looks like we got a stoppage there. Not sure what that is. We'll get the call from Ethan Sturm in a second here.
I want to call out Janessa Deuce. The ball came their way, and she immediately batted it back to the team, resetting the offense. That's a sign of an experienced player, right? Just getting another chance at that offense possession.
So it looks like that was a turnover for the quad ball. So that'll be Illini on their first. It's Sandoval on the far side. He's going to push it back into the corner. Illini making these big long passes. Mizzou still holding control. Illini back up top. Got some beaters out of position. Sandoval over the top. And a stoppage there. Was it good? We'll see as soon as player turns, I can get their number. It was a pretty bang play, but a great high pointing play to get that ball and slam it home.
Yeah, Illinois was doing a good job of stretching both sides of the zone defense for Mizzou.
Goal is good.
Yep. And they stretched Mizzou out just enough to get that opening for alley-oop behind the hoops.
And that's what they're going to have to do if they want to beat that zone D, especially with two beaters. And that'll be ball back in the hands of Herdade. Mizzou's going to pick it up with pace here, going the other way.
Ooh,
Now
Mizzou's
still up.
rolling.
Oh, missed pass there. That's Deuce. Deuce gets it out to Gomez. Heard his name in the opening. Gomez driving in, beat. Not before he gets the pass off. Back to Herdade at the top of the key. Herdade pumped to Deuce. Deuce misses off the crossbar. And Illini, great defensive movement there.
I'm really rooting for Deuce here. She's been in all the right spots, but just a couple bobble passes and then a tackle there for that shot. I believe next time Deuce will score.
I certainly hope so for Mizzou's sake. Illini now on the far side. They're going to run it around the back. Illini with dodgeball control. They're going to run a 1.5. Mizzou tries to get around it, and it's Sandoval, and another good goal for Illini. Mizzou is going to take it the other way. That was number 24 for Illini. That was Eric.
Eric is just sneaking in behind the zone, being very patient, and the whole team is keying off and seeing when Eric is open for one of those shots. That's 2 in a row for Illini.
All right, Smith on the near side here. Has Gomez and Herdade. Goes up to Herdade. Herdade around the far side. Looking for the options. Deuce sets the screen. Herdade gets around Sandoval. Shot no good, and Mizzou's going to protect, and they'll get another crack at it. Smith. Mizzou with beater control here. They're giving a lot of protection up top. Force pass. Herdade manages to get it out of Sandoval's hands. Herdade turning the corner and scoring.
Yeah, I was going to say that Mizzou is seeming very calm and collected, and I was about to say that maybe too calm, but I think they have a system on offense that's going to work for them. Maybe they just need to get in their groove.
Very patient, certainly, and it worked out for them there. Illini now. It's 2010, Illini in the lead. Still early in this game. Ball in the hands of Scheffel on the near side. Scheffel going to the back corner. Beaters flying all over the place. Looks like Illini got control out of that. Sandoval clips it to the backside, getting big. That's number 24, Eric, once more. And they've got all three for Illini right now.
Eric with the hat trick right now, all 3 buckets for Illini. Fantastic play, open space behind the hoops. They seem to be a behind the hoops specialist so far in this game.
And sneaky beater play. Smith did not seem to see the beater there. Herdade manages to pick it up. Number 42, that's Rodriguez going crazy in the beater play for Illini. Huge defensive stop there.
Rodriguez just soloed that whole possession, took out multiple players from Mizzou, caused a turnover, and now it's Illini ball the other way. But a fantastic tackle here. Maybe back to hoops call though.
Yeah, beat there. Herdade was really trying to stop that fast break, and I think he made that happen. So that was really good on a strategic role. But Sandoval will still continue the Illini attack on the far side. Has beater protection. Beaters down to the center.
Coming around the back. Here's Eric. I don't know
Scheffel.
if Mizzou even sees him.
He's so far back there. Sandoval rips a shot.
Oh my gosh. I think Mizzou had kind of changed their defense a little bit because Eric was behind. It opened up the front side of the hoops. Illinois kind of has Mizzou right where they want him on the offensive side.
And Mizzou is playing so well on defense. Illini are just getting these just like incredibly athletic looks.
Yeah, and they're punching it through like needle hole windows, right? The passes back to Eric or that shot there. They had like a 1 second window in order to hit the medium hoop.
Just looked off to the defender just enough, and we'll get a call here from Ethan Sturm. 1 card.
Attack! Contact to the neck! Number 17, black! Foul occurred after the goal! The goal is good! Peter will still serve penalty time!
All right, so that is foul number 17. That's Justin Ward. So he'll take some time in the box because the foul occurred after the goal. So the goal is good, setting our score at 40-10. Illini in the lead.
So, hey, Mizzou, you're coming in. What I've heard is y'all are favorites. I want to ask the question: what's going on? Mizzou, you were very calm. You're collected on both sides of the field. You're playing good defense, but you need to step it up. I need to see some intensity. You now have a beater power play against you. if they are able to stop Illini, it has to be soon, or this game's going to get a little bit out of control.
Absolutely. I think they just got to create some better looks for themselves on offense right now. Like they've had a lot of close ones, and Mizzou's going to take their time out.
There you go.
So
So they're going to have the same conversation we're having right now. I do want to point out that like Deuce and other players in Mizzou have been exactly in the right spot. It's just the follow through. It's actually like performing the catch and the score. I think there's been 2 or 3 possessions. It's just kind of use your error.
yeah, it's we used to say you need to go to the hardware store and get some finish. Never heard that one? But
I
that's true, but that's precisely it. It's like oh you found the point of best opportunity right at the small hoop and the pass is bobbled, or you've turned the corner for the shot and you get beat. Like it's just they're one step away from those goals.
Yeah, Mizzou is obviously a well-practiced team. Everyone's in the right spot. They're in their formation. I don't know if it's the weather. It's a little bit crisper out here, so maybe you're having a hard time holding on to the quad ball, or it's just a little bit of the yips where it's like your first game of the day.
I'm gonna go with morning yips.
Morning
Crisp,
yips, yeah.
crisp for you, Mr. Texas, but up in a more northern part of the country, if I could even call Virginia northern, I think someone just got a nosebleed behind me.
I'm
It's a cool 60 some odd degrees right now. It's fine.
hey, nothing better in quad ball than a little bit of north versus south flame. Y'all can't handle our heats, and we can't handle your cold.
Certainly not.
Yeah, and for those at home, I'm wearing a button up and I'm still cold. I can't help it. But right here, you are wearing a purple jersey and you seem like you're kind of hot right now.
I mean, I did just get done playing. It's really comfortable right now. I'm sure these players feel fine out here. This little warmth from the turf. We'll
Yep.
see what adjustments Mizzou makes off after that stoppage. I see a couple of substitutions as well. It looks like almost a full line substitution for Mizzou.
Yeah, we have Andrew Parcham coming in at keeper. I'm gonna wait for the numbers to show and then I can call out some of the other players that have subbed in. Yeah, we have number 13, Audrey Shively coming in at beater. Great misbeat there from Parcham.
And on the far side, they're coming down. It's Boger. Boger passing it down back up to Parcham. Parcham shot, no good. And no chaser there on the follow up. So that'll be a lost possession, Illini ball.
I don't hate the shot from Parcham. It was an open top hoop. Your other moves have not been working for you. Maybe it's better not to pass it. Right? If you have
Oh,
both hands.
I don't hate that shot at all. I
No.
think you just have to have one of your chasers back there for the cleanup.
Yeah, yeah. You got to have your catcher, in the back of the hoop. Sometimes it's definitely more ideal.
So Illini with a couple substitutions as well. We'll see if this gives them a different look. Coming around the corner, number 0, shot blocked. Picked up by the keeper, number 17. That's Fantozzi. Fantozzi running the mile, gets hit, shot low, and Schweisberger falls on it.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to Parcham. He yelled orders to a couple chasers to go mark somebody behind the hoops. I like the field general keeper style, right? You need somebody to be able to like recognize what's happening and how a play may be breaking down, and to then get players in the right positions to stop the play. They were lucky on the shot though; it went a little bit low. It might have gone in.
I think it's because of that contact, because he directed people back there. Parcham over to Schweisberger. Passing down. That's Hamilton. Back to Schweisberger. To Parcham. They've got Illini's, and it looks like, ooh, that's some back contact there. Illegal tackle perhaps on Illini.
Yeah, Parcham had a full turn. Was just bending down to pick up the ball. Illini player had contact from behind. Parcham was not standing still, so that'll be a card.
That's Stephen Chow.
Illegal contact. Number 0, orange, tackling player, not in possession of the ball. 1 minute until
Parcham
match
was
scores.
not in possession of the ball quite yet, like you said, bending down. So now they'll get it at the top of the key. Illini very much out of position on defense. Let's see if Mizzou can capitalize.
This is a momentum change kind of situation. Power play on Mizzou side now instead of Illini.
Parcham probing, getting the beaters out of the way, going up against Fantozzi. Parcham shot. And the side judge is calling that good. We'll see what the actual call is here. It looked like he turned the corner. Fantozzi stepped up to make the contact, but Parcham got big and finished.
Yeah, it was close enough to where I don't see Parcham missing that. And there's also no defenders in front of the hoop. One defender was tackling or having contact with Parcham, so that could have thrown the shot off. Our vantage point, I couldn't see if it went in or not.
It was at the exact wrong angle for us.
Yeah. I'm liking this lineup switch for Mizzou. I'm seeing more confidence on the field, maybe a little bit less patient than the previous line, but I think that's what you need when you're down 3 points early in the game is a little bit of a kind of a gunslinger mentality.
I think so too, and they have kept the movement up, which I think is key here. They're not remaining stagnant at all. Goal is good. Throw after beat. So, okay, the stoppage was the dodgeball turnover, so that'll go back to Mizzou's hoops. So all the momentum in Mizzou's favor at in this moment. It's 40-20. Illini is still in the lead.
Out of the 5 things that could happen on offense possession, all of them went right for Mizzou, right? They got a bucket and they got dodgeball supremacy.
And it looks like Mizzou really burned the last dodgeball back on the other side of the field. We'll see if they want to press, and they do. Fantozzi. Oh, that's Sullivan. Tries to get it over to Orozco and beats. And Mizzou's defense just completely cleaning up there. That press worked.
Justin Ward was at the center of that press, beater there, marked about 3 different players, and then also caused the turnover at the end of the play.
Very good there for Mizzou's defense. That's exactly what they need. Schweisberger back to Parcham. Parcham at the top of the key. Puts it down low. That's to Hamilton. Shot is good.
Hey, there's that backstop you wanted, right?
Absolutely.
Parcham passed or shot. We love the pass shot duo combo. And it was picked up by a Mizzou player in the back and put right through. The game is now 40-30. Here's that momentum switch.
And a quick stoppage there. I think it looks like one of the Mizzou.
Yeah, this is Justin Ward
yeah.
looking down at his ankle that's already wrapped up. We really hope that they're okay. Potentially a sub here. Let's see.
Perhaps well, we'll see what happens here. He's standing on his own power. His substitution's already coming in. Referees are conferencing here to see if there was any foul on that contact.
Yeah, refs conference seems to be done. They're just checking the player. If someone's injured, they really require a substitution per rules. So it looks like Ward is going to step out. I hope Ward's able to make it back in. That press we saw earlier, I would love to see that more from Mizzou if they're going to stay in this game. The momentum is really on their side, so you hate to lose somebody in that lineup.
Absolutely. Ward walks off under his own power and is going to get replaced by Perdade, now donning the black. And Illini have control as play is restarting. Fantozzi on the far side, ball handling for Illini. And that's our friend Eric back in for Illini. Now the near side here. That's Chow. Back up top. Presser by Schweisberger from Mizzou. Mizzou keeping their beater deep. Fantozzi, pump drive. Gets the shot.
There's a great hit there from number 11. That is Boger, City Boger. But the Illinois player is able to overpower and get above the height.
Really got a step of momentum there going in.
Yep. Score is now 50-30. I think the momentum's a little bit even. I think the injury to Ward, I really want to see how that affects the game in the future.
And some beater play in the center there. Mizzou chasers weren't quite ready for it. Now they're driving in and getting around the corner. No good outside the hoop. That was number 9, Drew Smith, whose shot missed. And Illini catch a lucky break there.
Yeah, you really want to see a hand through the hoop in that situation. You're close enough and you've made the effort. There was not a dodgeball that close to you. I think you could have gotten a score here.
Sandoval bringing it up. Trying to find Eric on the pass, just a little wide. Eric driving in. Eric over the top of the defender, and good goal for Illini. And it looks like we had an advantage call in Mizzou's favor, according to the side judge. We'll see what the call is here after the adjudication.
I want to say, I interviewed the coach over there for Mizzou, and they said that, their first, second, and third lines are equal strength. I'm not calling anything on this, but we've seen with it was Andrew Parcham come in as a second line. Mizzou looked like a different team. We just had substitutions. Parcham's out. A whole bunch of new players are out. Ward's out, and Illinois had back-to-back goals. So there needs to be figured out, like, how do I put players on these lineups? How do I keep Parcham in as long as possible? Because there seems to be some weaknesses now in that third lineup.
Yeah, they've switched to Gomez at keeper, who I believe we talked about as a pretty young
Legal
player.
procedure.
And we're getting
Intentional
a call
kickoff
here.
pitch. That
Intentional
disallows the
kickoff
goal.
pitch disallows the goal. That's a yellow card.
Ooh, lucky break there for Mizzou. Um, sometimes those beater plays are happening all the way on the other side of the field, and they impact the fantastic drive. It's very unfortunate for Illinois.
Can't score on a goal if you are the penalized or the creating the penalty team. I don't know how you say that.
Yeah, your team has had a penalty way away from the play, and it kills your actual offensive possession.
And Gomez was really on a run there. What happened?
Didn't check the quad ball back into the keeper zone, I believe. Was that what
Oh,
happened?
I'm not quite sure exactly what happened there. Oh, it's an interception by Mizzou. Wrapped up. Get the arms big. And the goal is good. That's number 9, Drew Smith finishing.
That was one of the slowest drives I've seen in a long time. Drew Smith is a very large man. It was a very nice, calm drive play. I like to see it.
He's the tallest guy in the pitch right now. Not the biggest amount of urgency on that goal, but still just managed to get those long arms around the defender.
And you know what he did that I like? He put his hand through the hoop.
Oh yeah, always elbow. We have a saying in the Midwest: elbow through the hoop to feet.
Elbow through the hoop to
Yes.
to feed.
Tafik, it was a player from Michigan State, shout out Tafik Abbas, who maybe had a penchant for missing point blank goals.
24 orange, legal procedure, unintentional dislodgement of the hoop. The goal is good. That cancels out the penalty time.
Penalty time canceled. There was a blue card for dislodgement of the hoop, illegal procedure, but the goal cancels out the penalty time. So
Yeah.
maybe backing into the hoop there on that drive from Smith.
Yeah, refs give a little bit of leeway if it's accidental, like there's a tackle going into the hoop, or you're trying to block a shot or catch a shot. But on that play, it seemed like you were far enough away from the play where maybe you're just trying to make it harder for them to score. But definitely can't do that.
You have a lot of leeway as a defender, especially when you're receiving contact, and in this case, I think it was just a little too much. So
Yep.
that'll be Illini ball, score 50-40. Mizzou starting to pull it back in.
All right, we have Gomez in the keeper zone with a keeper headband. I'm excited to see his defensive prowess. We've heard that he's really been playing well this tournament.
Yes, ball in the hands of Sandoval. Oh, the beat gets the ball right out of the hands, and Gomez is going to go on a run in the other direction. Got 2 beaters in front of him. Now he's going to slow up. Weeder hold offering protection in the hands of Lauren Smith now. Advantage Mizzou. They have a free play here. Smith over to Gomez. Gomez scores.
There we go. There's caster curses and there's caster blessings. So Gomez, fantastic play there. Was in the exact spot he needed to be for the open pass and an open score.
And it looks like Herdade, a huge
Oh my
stopping
gosh.
play by Herdade there to cause the turnover, and Smith is going to drive in. Juke Sandoval gets the arm over, and Drew Smith getting huge on that goal.
Man, molasses Drew Smith just walks it right in off the play of Verdade, who is being tackled and then caught a bludger, a dodgeball in the same play. It was amazing.
Herdade held off the entire defense by himself as Lauren Smith was coming in to help out. Illini just kicks the ball away to get rid of the potential fast break turnover, gets it right into the hands of Drew Smith to go the other way.
So do you know the video game Doom?
Everyone knows Doom.
Do you know the front cover?
Doom guy?
Yeah, Doom guy.
Fighting off a bunch of demons?
I think his name is Verdade.
No, I don't want to characterize Illini as a bunch of demons, but he was doing it by himself.
He was.
On that
It was
play.
just a mountain of Illini with Verdade standing tall, catching dodgeballs, flailing his arms.
Half on the ground, half in the air. Incredible. And that forced an Illini timeout as Mizzou has tied it up with that goal. And really, I want to give a shout out to Allison Kokel there on the Illini side as the defender. She did the absolute best she could with that. With Drew Smith, a head and shoulders taller than her, a full head of steam, got really big on that play, just could not get tall enough.
Yeah, typically what Herdade was doing was like right in the middle of the pitch, everyone coming his way. He would get beat or get tackled. It was just a little bit. It was like a very amazing play. And Illini played exactly what you were supposed to do. It just didn't go their way because of Herdade.
I think with the momentum in Mizzou's favor right now, Illini's going to have to make a few adjustments. Mizzou has had a lot of like turnovers higher in the key or at midfield, or
Yep.
like we just saw, creating a fast break. I think Illini maybe needs to settle a little bit, get themselves back into a groove. If they can maintain dodgeball control for a little while, they'll probably find themselves some better opportunities.
I can't remember the last time I've seen a set offense from Illini this game. It's been quite some time, about 3, 4, 5 possessions of them not being able to have a set offense.
It looks like they've switched back to that first lineup again. You've got Sandoval, you got Eric, you've got Rodriguez in at beater again, along with number 28, that's Sharma.
And Parcham back in for Mizzou, so already momentum, and this is my X factor for Mizzou right now. Back in, really good point defense.
Pass shot over the top is to Eric, gets it to number 32, driving in, intercepted by Mizzou. Excuse me, that was 22, that was Kokol, and good defensive play by Mizzou.
Yeah, you saw Sandoval yelling for the ball and was visibly upset that the ball didn't go his way for the reset on that play. Illinois will have to try again.
They really tried to force that one as Mizzou takes it on the far side here. That's Boger up to Parcham. Parcham, pass to number 75. That's Hamilton. Parcham gets the rebound. Rodriguez threatening. And Parcham, I think, was expecting, some miscommunication there.
I think it was kind of a blown play.
Yeah.
There was supposed to be a Mizzou player in the back right side of the field, but it ended up being a decent punt for Mizzou.
Yeah, they really, I think they were falling apart. They maintained dodgeball control on that one, but I think the offense was kind of busted and they didn't really get the reset.
Illinois had a couple of their players beat out as well, so limited options to pass to.
A strong breeze coming in right now. It's going against Illini as Sandoval puts it over on the far side. Illini looking for their options. Back up to Sandoval. And they're playing patient here. They really want dodgeball control. Himmelman is doing a good job, along with other Himmelman. There's two Himmelmans in at beater for Mizzou as Eric drives in, finds the seam, and it looked pretty good from here. We'll see what our referees say.
This would be Eric's 4th bucket of the day. Definitely their strongest player on the quad ball side.
Absolutely, and it looks like they were calling that a good goal. That's going to be in the hands of Parcham. And I hear the rodeo call. I'm so happy that moved all the way to Chicago. I've got that's been it started in the South and we used it up here. As Parcham's going to go on a run. Rodeo means physical stop, but no one could get back in time. Parcham scores for Mizzou.
I'm actually not aware of the rodeo call.
Oh no, okay. I think that was an Oklahoma State thing.
Okay.
Oh, and I can't remember the name of the player. He was Team USA. Hayden Appleby, that was it. Taught it to a couple players up here.
What does it mean?
We used it. It means physical stop, no beaters back.
Gotcha. On my team, we called it kill.
Sandoval putting it back to Eric while the beaters are in complete disarray. Shooting it all the way back up top to Sandoval. Can't save the reset. And number 96, Jason Anderson, has been going wild in the beater play right now for Illini. Blocked. The shot from Sandoval blocked by Hamilton. Hamilton's going to go the opposite direction. No beaters back. 3 players to beat, 4 players to beat. High wrap there. And no call as the ball comes out to Parcham. Parcham finding it on the far side. It's good.
Is this Deuce with their score?
That was Boger. That was Boger on the far
Sydney
side.
Boger. Fantastic catch, turn shot. I think it was right before the beat, but we will see. Let the rest decide.
Hamilton was really driving in harm, and Sandoval came in with a high tackle. It looked like it was around the neck. We'll see what our referees call here. That's what we saw from our angle.
I thought Sandoval's arm angles were perfectly around collarbone. That's what I saw. I didn't see any neck, but it was. When you're in that position, you don't even want a chance having a neck tackle, right?
Absolutely.
So you want to go a little bit lower. It is tough. You're trying to block the shot and tackle at the same time, kind of thing, right? So I can see maybe you got stuck in both decisions.
It looks like the referees are not calling it there. So the tackle by Sandoval, while incredible stop to the offense, was not good enough for before Hamilton could find Boger on the far side. So Illini will go again, and it looks like once more the lone dodgeball is in the hands of Anderson, trying to create chaos in the center.
I do want to give a shout out to Greg Gomez on the previous play. It was the shot block there on Sandoval's powerful shot.
Kokol on the near side, back to Sandoval. Beaters are really trying to create some chaos here. Ball in the corner to Eric, gets around the beater, who's trying to get back in the play. Great tackle by Mizzou. The pass gets off to Eric, who then also gets tackled and then beat. So the ball's just loose on the ground. Mizzou locking it down. 2 tackles and a beat on defense. And now they'll have a chance to set up their offense. That was Audrey Shively on one of those beats there.
We got the rare deflated dodgeball on the field. The dodgeball right now looking very much like my bald head. So we're gonna take a quick break there in the game. Yeah, the Mizzou defense on that last play. They were in between like rodeoing. Now that I had that in my vernacular, and also the dodgeballs are cleaning up. It looks like chaos, but they're all in the right spot. I want to give like they're really playing tough defense here.
They played tough defense, and Illini were finding all the passes. That's the thing. They were playing both perfect defense and perfect offense. You get it in the corner to Eric. He gets it to his next player, and I'm sorry I didn't see the number. I think it was Coco on the backside. She gets tackled, gets it back to Eric. Eric gets tackled. He gets it up to Sandoval. Sandoval gets beat. Like they were making the right passes. They just could not get there.
And play has continued here. Number 69 from Mizzou.
Schweisberger gets it down to Hamilton. Schweisberger calling for the ball, blocked. It was Eric at the hoops. Parcham blocked again by Eric. 2 blocks in a row.
I really want Parcham to rethink that kind of shot choice. There was somebody guarding the hoop. Could have backed out and reset that play.
Absolutely was trying to force that one. Eric was right in front of the shot, and now Illini get another chance here. Really have not been able to get dodgeball control, but both Anderson and number 19 Higgins have been crazy. Or excuse me, that's number 13. Or sorry, I'm looking at the wrong side. Romaine, excuse me. They have been going nuts as a big hit from Boger as Illini try to get the ball out.
That is 2 massive tackles from Boger, 2 plays in a row.
Absolutely. And I want to that was a massive hit taken by number, I think that's 80. Yeah, Zhang took a huge hit there. So many bodies in the way, you can hardly keep up with the amount of players and their names as they're moving so quickly on these offenses.
If I see another hit by Boger, I'm going to say Boogie Woman Boger now.
Smith at the top of the key. Smith uses the reset, gets it to Deuce. Deuce trying to spin out of the tackle from Zhang. And I think Zhang
initiated
went a
from behind. High. Okay.
It was high or from behind. Either way, an illegal contact.
Yeah, in Quadball we have our hit zones, right? It has to be below the neck and then above the knee.
Yellow card, orange number 80, illegal contact to the neck.
And it was indeed contact to the neck. So Zhang, after getting tackled on that last play and trying to make a defensive stop here, will go into the box. The ball will be in the hands of Lawrence Smith at the top of the key.
Yeah, it's hard to hit the chest sometimes. You know, it's a really big target to hit. You know, not below the knees, not the neck.
Smith at the top of the key over to Parcham, who's got some space, puts it way back to Smith. Just a completely missed pass there.
I did feel a little bit of a breeze come in, so I can give him the benefit there. But yeah, way over the head of that Mizzou player.
Oh, the Illini managing to get beater control on that last play. So now Anderson, and it looks like Romaine will take a sub, and it's Rodriguez back in. I think this is the big beater play right here for Illini. This is how they're going to create some chaos.
Yeah, let's see if Mizzou's defense can kind of thwart off this dodgeball control.
Oh, and a big pass inside. That's Roscoe. And
oh my
gosh! Back out to Sandoval. Floater pass. Oh, you hate that.
That deuce tackle. I don't know if you saw that. That was incredibly strong. Super impressive from Jessica Deuce.
Roscoe double her size and managed to get him on the ground. He still found the pass, but no dice. And Smith is at the top of the key. Smith over the top to Smith. That's Drew Smith. And great tackle by Orozco. Ball gets out on the ground, and Illini successful defense there. Way to tackle.
Deuce still fighting. Deuce is still fighting. I love the energy from these Mizzou. Oh, I mean, they're not mountain lions. What are they?
The Tigers.
The Tigers. Mizzou Tigers. Deuce, Deuce very much playing like a tiger out there on both sides of the field.
They've been tenacious on both sides of the ball, certainly, but Illini are definitely not out of this. They've maintained control. It's on the near side now. That's Shuffle, who's checked back into the game. Wants to go to Zhang. Zhang's pointing back up to Sandoval. Sandoval with both beater protection. Rodriguez blocks it, gets it to Orozco, mishandled. Orozco on the ground, flips it to Sandoval, who comes in. Gomez can't get the tackle. Sandoval pump once, pump twice, getting through every single defender. No good. And we got a stoppage there. It was really hard to tell whether that was a goal or not.
Yeah, I didn't see intentional dislodgement, but maybe that is the call.
And it looks like a card coming out here on... Oh, unclear. They're moving Orozco. Maybe the foul was on Orozco, and so
Okay.
they're moving him to the point of the foul, which is a point most opportune right in front of that small hoop.
Yeah, the call was on Deuce, who had been a tenacious tiger the last 3 possessions. So maybe a little bit too much from Deuce in that play. We'll wait for the call though.
And it was a great play by the Illini beaters. They drew the
Well,
beats.
We're getting a card on Sandoval as well.
Oh, I mean, there was such a rush of bodies in there. We'll wait to get the call from our head referee. There was just, Sandoval was taking on the entire team by himself right there.
Sandoval
So
had the ball. It's really rare that you see a call on the ball handler when they're in the scrum.
unless there was some sort of charge,
Or
unclear. We'll get the call here in a moment.
2 cards on the play, 1 on each team.
22.
Blue and orange, 35. Illegal procedure, playing after beat was the first foul.
Play after beat on
Second
Sandoval.
foul, illegal contact behind number 22, black. The black foul happened second, so the ball will go to orange.
All right, so because Deuce's foul was second, the ball will go to Illini right into the hands of Orozco, right in front of the hoop.
And Sandoval's call again, what was that call?
That was playing after beat. So in
Okay.
that big scrum of bodies, we couldn't see it from our angle, but there was a beat.
Okay. It's hard to know when you're being tackled by 3 people if you got beat. Right.
Absolutely, and that's why we have so many referees. Orozco scores, making the score 80-70. Mizzou in a 1-goal lead. And now on a power play as Deuce comes back into the game.
Score should be 80-70, right?
Yes, I believe the score table is late to update there, but we've got it.
Yeah, real tight game. We're approaching the 20-minute mark relatively soon. Both teams in equal positions.
Illini looking to press here. They beat out Gomez. Deuce.
I think that was a shot diagonally across the keeper zone.
Perdade and Smith are like, yes, it's good. The whole bench is saying, yes, it's good.
I heard that little clip sound that you get when the ball barely goes in. So
that must have been the shortest angle you could have had because Deuce was pretty far on that side for that shot.
I will say nobody expects it because it's incredibly hard.
That's an incredibly hard shot, and that goal is good. Now 90-70 Mizzou in the league. I love that they have a gong on the sidelines that they ring every time they score.
You know what I love is that Deuce has the eye of the tiger to make that shot.
There you go. She finally got her goal. And Illini bringing it back up now. They've got Shuffle and a keeper after the switch for Sandoval, who had gone to the box.
If you notice, Mizzou's gone to 2-2 instead of the trees that they were playing majority of the game.
I think specifically because they don't have dodgeball control. It's so much harder to run trees without dodgeball control. We'll see here as Anderson is giving Wiederhold a hard time, driving in, found Sandoval, blocked. And Gomez and Smith comes away with it as Sandoval trying to get it away from Smith. Gomez in there. And Wiederhold is getting dragged up the field by Anderson. And Anderson eventually comes away with it. Is Herdade able to recover? He is.
Nice.
Great play by Herdade. And honestly, Wiederhold holding on
Yes.
while getting dragged up the field on your knees on turf. Great grit.
Yeah, it was every second mattered in that hold, enabling Mizzou to get back dodgeball control.
Parcham checking back in at keeper as the ball's on the far side in the hands of Deuce. Back down to Drew Smith. They're in a diamond formation. Lauren Smith cutting. Parcham's got options. Wiederhold clearing a lane. And Parcham, it's a throw after beat. Didn't see Rodriguez at all. She came streaking in from the inside. And that'll probably be a blue card on Parcham for play after beat.
All right, so I have a big problem with that.
8 back over procedure. That's what play after me.
Parcham was already in a bad spot, gets beat, and then knowingly throws the ball way after beat. Everyone's going to call that. It puts your team in a really bad spot because it's a fast break opportunity. And then also you don't have yourself in the game to make the stop, right?
Absolutely. Like, very difficult position you've put your team in here. You really got to have more discipline on that.
Parcham could have had a chance to go, run, tag back in, and be ready for defense, but now he's just out of the game.
So now it'll be in the hands of Illini. Smith is the lone Mizzou player ahead of the ball. They're just going to reset it because Mizzou did have beaters back and now has control after that last possession. So they're going to put it in the hands of Sandoval and see if they can't score on this power play here. Sandoval on the near side. That's Sullivan now. Sullivan guarded by Drew Smith. Back to Sandoval. Lauren Smith in that point keeper position. Rodriguez trying to go against Justin Ward, who is checked back in.
Lauren's looking really confident in this position. Looks like she's been here before wearing the keeper headband. I have confidence that there's a potential stop happening here.
Finds Fantozzi. Fantozzi, good goal. And that was the exact right move for Illini. Turn the entire defense.
Yeah, when you're in that zone defense and you don't have one player on the field, one of the hoops will be open.
And a good play there by the Illini beater number 28. That's Sharma to keep control after inbounding the dodgeball, keeping it away from Ward. So Shively and Ward will try to take on Sharma and Rodriguez in the beater game. And Rodriguez holding it down as Parcham looks for his options back in the play now after that goal. And intercepted by Fantozzi, wrapped by Parcham to save that fast break. Fantozzi, can he find Sandoval, who's trying to cherry pick? And looks like Smith was able to hold him up enough. And so Fantozzi, quick feet down the field, but doesn't have the fast break anymore. Parcham in his face. And he's going to put it back up to Sandoval. Back down to Fantozzi. Fantozzi's shot is good.
We have a tie game here, 90-90.
This has been an exciting one for sure. And there was a great movement there by all the Illini, including Tichnor, who we have have not called out a lot, but made a great cut to that far hoop there.
All right, bringing up the ball right now is Herdade, pass to the right-hand side in the well. Herdade back with the ball. Illini playing a 2-2 zone set. Herdade looking for a shot. No, it's passed behind the hoops here. This is Smith. Back up to Herdade. Back at keeper, by the way, just wanted to mention.
Herdade, Fantozzi's badgering him a little bit, gets protection from Shively. Herdade driving in, gets around Fantozzi. Goal for Herdade.
Fantastic drive there from Herdade. Was able to get past the point defender to a point where he had two hoops he could choose from to shoot on. Chose top hoop and it was unguarded and went right in. It's great.
It was a great patient play by Mizzou there, putting us at our 20-minute stoppage, 190. This game has been back and forth. They have been one right after the other, goal after goal. I have been so impressed with both of these teams, their offensive movement, their defensive stops, the amount of physicality we've seen from Mizzou on defense, the great beater stops from Illini. This game has been awesome.
Yeah, this game has been really amazing. The roster changes, the lineups. I think both teams had like a 10-minute morning yips, right? We saw like all three lines for both teams come in within 10 minutes. Now that we've seen the second rendition of all those lines, everyone seems warmed up and ready to go. It's a very equal match now. And then both coaches, by the way, when I interviewed them, said that from top down, from 21 down to 1, they trust all their players. And I'm seeing that on the field. Everyone's getting a look, everyone's getting the ball in their hand. Yeah, it's really impressive play from both teams.
Absolutely, and you're seeing, especially from the Illini side, Mizzou is doing, I think, a little better job of getting every single quad ball player the ball.
Yeah.
You know, they're moving it around the hoops a little more. Illini, they're focusing on just a couple players, right? Sandoval has the ball in his hands most of the time, and
Eric's
they're
the cutter
yeah,
that's open.
Eric or Fantozzi, they
Yeah.
really are finding that model. But all of the Illini off ball chasers are making the cuts. They are always there in the correct position, even if the pass doesn't make it to them.
So are you leading us to that Illini is doing what they believe they do, but they're not actually passing to those players? So maybe Illini needs to pass to the players that haven't gotten the ball more, and they might be ahead in this game if they're finding those open looks.
I think that that's going to be a key to try and differentiate yourself here to try and get a step ahead. The thing is that they have had so many goals off of these fast breaks or these quick movements, but when they turn the Mizzou defense and get them out of position a little bit and then find that open pass, that open look, we saw it on just that last goal from Illini. That's how you do it. You turn them, find the open hoop, and if you need to look for your off-ball chasers in order to do that.
Yeah, Mizzou's defense looks unbreakable, but Illini has broken them a few times, so they have to keep that up. Set score is going to be set at 160, and we're about to have the flag runner on pitch. Looking for both seekers. We have number 15, I believe. Or let me get a better look for Mizzou.
We'll be able to get you the secret numbers in a
75.
second.
So 75 is going to be Henry Hamilton from Mizzou at seeker. And then on the far side, is that number 1?
We'll get that in just a moment. Sandoval's pass across the hoops managed to get picked up. It's Fantozzi at the top of the hoops.
And that's Boris.
Fantozzi to Sandoval. Sandoval spinning, goal.
Really great play there from Sandoval. It looked like the one play where he got beat for playing afterwards, but now there's no dodgeballs near him. So, and that's Boris Yukik in at seeker for Illini.
They've got two very long-armed seekers in. We'll see how this flag runner manages to handle it. And Mizzou getting all the time with the seeker right now as Herdade brings it up. That's Boger on the far side. Boger's running around, getting around Fantozzi. Fantozzi's got her wrapped. Boger just has to get rid of it. And that's a great wrap by Fantozzi for the Illini defensive stop. Himmelman and Himmelman in now for Mizzou. I'm not joking. They're both Himmelman. Locking it down in the secret game. Meanwhile, Sandoval running it the other direction for another goal.
Mizzou's putting all of their resources into grabbing this flag, and I'm not sure if it's paying off because the Illini's had back-to-back scores. Hey, Turkar! Torkar! Torkar!
We had a little bit of a confusion there for a moment. And the referees are going to talk now. We do have a catch by Hamilton from Mizzou. However, the flag runner may have stepped out of bounds. The confusion right before that play is that essentially all the players on this side stepped out of bounds. None of them were mindful of the boundary. They just got caught up in it. All the Mizzou beaters, the Illini beaters, the seekers, and it looks like indeed it was no good. Stepped out of bounds.
Yeah. There's a thin white line here, and multiple people crossed that line.
And they just weren't paying attention to the boundary, which is something, especially in the seeker game, you have to pay attention where that boundary is.
Absolutely. Hey, you might have to remind me if the flag runner is out of bounds as well. You can't catch them.
You cannot catch them when they're out of bounds.
Is that 1 foot, 2 foot?
Anything past the boundary line.
Finger?
Finger, I think, also counts. Any body part past the boundary line.
Understood.
Lauren Smith at the top of the key for Mizzou, looking for their options. And looks like Mizzou got an advantage call there. Couldn't quite tell.
I saw what it was. The seeker for Illini was trying to be very crafty and swatted the dodgeball out of the hands of Himmelman. So I think it was back to hoops call, but no, we're getting a full blue card, by the way, for the seeker, which is very, very big advantage here for Mizzou. They get a full minute with solo access. That means your dodgeball players can actually start focusing a little bit on the quad ball play.
That's a sin. It's a sin to give yourself. Oh, it's an illegal. It hadn't left the beater's hand. Okay, so
Yeah,
it wasn't just the illegal shot. It had not left the
it
beater's
was
hand.
in Himmelman's hand. Yeah.
You never want to get your seeker a penalty if you can avoid it, especially one avoidable like that. As Smith drives in, shot low. Gomez on the cleanup. Gomez driving in, gets it over Sandoval, no good. Cleanup from Herdade. Herdade, big windmill movement for the slam down goal. And Mizzou's got the catch.
I just saw Henry Hamilton working the flag runner. It was dive, rush, dive, and then the third dive got the grab. Looked absolutely clean to me. Henry Hamilton out here rushing in, making some moves, potentially giving 35 points over to Mizzou.
That catch is good.
Yes, Mizzou catch is good. And I want to shout out Miles Himmelman and Addie Himmelman, who were completely holding off Sharma on that play, giving their seekers so much time, and Hamilton comes out big with that one.
Yeah, shout outs to the Himmelmans. You love to see family members out there. They probably have that chemistry that nobody else can have, right? Of being family members. Fantastic play for them to give Hamilton some time to grab that flag runner.
There's some beaters that are just drift compatible, and I think we've seen it.
Underrated soundtrack right there, Pacific Rim.
Sharma managing to keep dodgeball control for Illini as Sandoval bringing it up. Mizzou has the advantage now, 145 to 110, set score 160. So Illini's got some work to do here, and it's got to be all through quad ball points. Puts it back in the corner. That's Tichner, excuse me, and driving in Fantozzi, just barely keeping his feet with how hard he was kicking his leg out to put power in that shot, but he's got it.
Yeah, the extra power came from his toes on that shot. And I do want to mention that Mizzou is lacking their usual height on guarding the top hoop there. So Illinois taking advantage of their roster changes.
2 more goals now needed for Mizzou. Herdade bringing it up the near side, guarded by Tichner. Smith going towards the far side. Now gets around the screen from Herdade. Good screen. Puts it over the top. Intercepted by Fantozzi. She was looking for Gomez, and Fantozzi walks out of bounds. Can they not see it?
So my theory is that there's this player from Illinois standing really close outside the blue line. It kind of seems like they're on the edge of the pitch, but it's a different line. It's happened twice now. People are getting confused where the out of bounds is.
So the unforced error by Fantozzi puts the balls back into Mizzou. Gomez inbounds it to Herdade. Gets hit good by Sandoval. Puts Herdade on the ground. Ball squirts out. Gomez picks it up and finishes.
Oh, man. Sandoval is visibly upset in that. Fantastic tackle, but then Mizzou still has a way to score.
He did everything right there. There's simply nothing more that he could have done. It's on the teammates to try and get the loose ball.
It absolutely is.
155, 120. Mizzou just needs one more to win this one, but it's anyone's game still. Tichner on the far side. Has Sullivan. And Eric has checked back in as well. Up to Sullivan. Back up to Sandoval. He's played big minutes today. They're running 1.5. Sharma. Whoa, my goodness. Sandoval to Eric, creating that great alley-oop goal.
That's Eric's 5th bucket. He had 3 in a row at the beginning of the game that looked just like that. Maybe Illini, if they're going to win, it's going to be 3 buckets like that.
And it certainly looked good. They got Mizzou out of position. Sharma creating that huge chaos in the center there where the beater couldn't turn to stop any alley-oop. Herdade now on the near side, guarded by Sandoval. Down to Gomez. Gomez, big floating pass. Sandoval can't quite intercept, was going up with Herdade, and now it's a scrum for it, and Illini has it taken care of.
This is a little bit of a momentum swing. Illinois, a couple possessions in a row, great defense with interceptions. And we have a fast break opportunity from Sandoval.
Mizzou got their dodgeballs back. Himmelman, and is that goal good? Oh, it was from a hard angle for us to see. We'll see what our referees say.
I really don't know. It was bang bang as far as the beat coming in when the shot was being released. I believe Eric got it out before, but let's let the refs decide.
And that was I want to point out that was all started because Veronica Hoffman on the very far corner on the left side of your screen forced that bad pass that caused the interception, Illini ball down the field to the goal.
Eric did not get the ball out before he was beat. It's real unfortunate after all these stops. So Mizzou's going to get the ball back, and this is a chance for them to win.
Another offensive set for Mizzou. Illini resting dodgeball control that one. Hoffman and Sharma holding it down. Tishner on point defense against Smith. Smith. Oh, left, right. Over to Herdade. Now against Sandoval. Herdade. Shot, no good. Can Gomez get it? Gomez gets it, gets around. Eric, Gomez driving in. Gomez, no good. Gets it to Herdade. Herdade bounces it to Deuce. And Deuce, I think Deuce finished it. We'll get the official call from the referee here.
Every person that could touch the quad ball on Mizzou's side touched it in that one possession.
It was a great ball movement there. Illini was just one step behind on the defense. Goal is good. And that is game victory for Mizzou. 165-130. Fantastic game from both teams.
It was an amazing game. Momentum swung both sides multiple times at different teams. Mizzou at the last minute, I believe the lineup that they had in was the lineup to win the game. They also were able to, through great beater play from the Himmelmans, secure that Hamilton flag runner grab. It was great play from Mizzou and also from Illini. They were in the game the whole time.
Absolutely. I don't think either team walks away from this with their head held low, specifically Illini. That was a fantastic game and so much to build on going into your next season.